Hello, Namaste, Sat Sri Akal, good evening. Welcome to the S.S. Chandhok Talk Show. I'm your host and moderator, S.S. Chandhok. Today, we have very eminent guests from different parts of the country to discuss on a very special topic, schooling. The first eminent guest present over here is Poonam Kumar ma'am. She's the principal of the Manthan School, Noida. Welcome, ma'am. Principal of the Manthan School, Greater Noida West, a seasoned educator with over 20 years of experience in the field of education, postgraduate in chemistry, authored books for CBSCI, a Arctic critic with the publications of CBSE, national level member of committee appointed by CBSE, Six Sigma Black Belt certified, published papers in international journals, recipient of several awards, spread-headed partnership with a leading school in Korea, Orium Middle School, Sejong, participated in many education conferences, webinars, and seminars as speaker. Ma'am is also associated with so many associations on national and international level, and also she has got awards on national and international level. So many awards she has got. It will take a day's time to describe about that. We welcome you, Poonam ma'am. Poonam ma'am, please let us know about yourself as an educator. How, I mean, you are into education by chance or by choice, and how did you rose up to the position of the principal now here working in the month school? Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much, first of all, Mr. Panchandok, for inviting me over here. Uh, Education is something, when you deal with little ones, unless and until this field excites you, energizes you, you can't be into it. And definitely, I am in this profession by choice. I always wanted to touch the hearts of little one. I always wanted to learn from them, wanted to grow up with them, and wanted to be of their age group always. तो जैसी संगति में आप रहते हैं, जिनके साथ आप रहते हैं, आपके विचार वैसे रहते हैं, और मैं इनके साथ बहुत दिल से काम करना चाहती हूँ और वैसा बनना चाहती हूँ जैसे वो है.
So it is like saying that, ma'am, do a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. So when you are
Yes.
loving it, you will never have to work. You will enjoy it actually.
Yes, I
Ma'am,
enjoy every moment. I remain energetic every moment, and I really want to die on my chair by working with my kids.
oh my, great, great. Ma'am, please let us know about the Six Sigma belt, black belt certified.
Yeah, it is basically a management program in which we learn how to make processes. So when you make a process where the flaw is, everything should be data based. You can't accept anything just like that. Okay, this person has said this and we should work like that, or this has suggested we should work like that. If there is a problem should be identified, and then all the retro steps has to be taken before solving that problem. So everything you are doing is authentic, is reason based, is data based. If you have to place something somewhere and you have decided that, and if you want 100% output of that particular process, then it should be made clear to each and every member. So it would be placed whether you are there or not. So being black belt holder has actually helped me in developing the school processes. And I use each and every step of using that. Either I'm teaching or I'm making process or I'm planning something. This has helped me like anything.
That's great, ma'am. Wonderful. And afterwards, also, I'll like to know about this program because I'll also be interested to do that. That's a good thing because Mr. Dheeraj Mehrotra is also here in Lucknow as principal. He has also done all many courses like this also. Thank you so much, ma'am, and welcome, ma'am. Then we have Hipesh Shepherd, sir. He's the principal of Salvation Preschool, Greater Noida. Sir is the principal and educator mentor. He had been in Mount Camel School, CBSC, Chandigarh, Mohali, Zirakpur from 14 to 16. Secretary and Treasurer, BCTA under BMS, London, December 2013 to 2014. He had been a director of St. Thomas College of Professional Studies, Greater Noida, from 2000 May to November 2013. He has been director in Nora Solomon Foundation, a Chintals India Limited initiative from May 2012 to 2013 April. Director in Ingram Institute, CAD Tech Book and Handicap Training, May 2007 to April 2012. Principal, Waring College, GND University, Amritsar, April 2003 to April 2007. Professor, Horticulture, Allahabad Agriculture Institute, Allahabad University, October 1991, March 2003. Sir, if you wanted to move throughout the country, sir, you should have moved it like that only. You are hitting up all the universities and colleges एंड मतलब ऑलराउंडर, मतलब कहीं भी घूमने जाएंगे तो वहां पे एक ना एक यूनिवर्सिटी और स्कूल को इफेक्ट करके आई मीन वहां पे कुछ ना कुछ अपना ज्ञान देख के आएंगे. We welcome you, sir, and hats off to you, sir, Dr. Hitesh Shepherd, sir, that you had been in so many places, Zirakpur, Chandigarh to Allahabad in UP, and then many places, many places. So please, let us know about yourself, sir, please.
रुकने ही देते हैं, जैसे ही उनको असलियत पता चलती है वो ट्रांसफर कर देते हैं, कहते हैं अब जाओ. So the reason I have been in the sector of education is that I have always believed. My father was also a teacher. He retired as the pro vice chancellor in Allahabad. Mother also, she is no more with me, but then she also retired as the principal of a school. I have a sister. She is also into teaching. Brother-in-law is also into teaching. Wife is also into teaching. So when I was growing up, in fact, I never wanted to be a teacher, because being the child of a teacher, I had to undergo all the limitations, disciplining, paucity of money, so much of disciplining, everything, all the time, everything was disciplined. All resources were provided in a very disciplined fashion. So I always felt कि नहीं, teacher तो नहीं बनूंगा, कुछ भी कर लूंगा. But then later I realized that this is one vocation in which I can reach out to 3 generations at a time. The student I'm sharing with information is one generation. Through that student, I'm able to send my message to their parents. That is the second generation. And through that child, to the child who will come in this world, through that child will be the third generation. So I think nothing can be better reached, or a message which I personally feel I'm convinced about and I need to share as a teacher or as a guide or as a mentor or as an elder. I felt that teaching is something which is ideal for someone like me who wants to share what I have freely received with others. That's what brought me into teaching, and I'm pleased to be here. And
So which is the best place you liked when you moved at so many places? The best place you liked.
Sorry?
What was the best place or city you liked working, the atmosphere of working as well as a city in whole?
We lived for 4 years in Batala, Gurdaspur, Punjab. And those were the best 4 years of our life. Myself and my wife, we always never forget those days. The people, the place, and everything was Raj ke pyar te Raj ke dushmani.
My God. So you learned Punjabi also there?
That was a requirement. Actually, it was a government job. So I had to clear my Gurmukhi. Yeah, I cleared my Gurmukhi 10th class paper. I cleared, and then only I was eligible. Yeah.
इसका मतलब क्या हुआ सर?
इसका मतलब हुआ कि पंजाबी जो है ना, वो लिखना पढ़ना और बोलना तीनों आना चाहिए था. एटलीस्ट लिखना पढ़ना तो आना चाहिए. तो हाई स्कूल का गुरमुखी पंजाबी का पेपर मैंने दिया टाट पे बैठ के जमीन पे, और उसको क्लियर किया. हाँ, 150 में से 105 नंबर आए, तब जाके एलिजिबल हुआ अप्लाई करने के लिए.
नहीं, वो रज का मतलब क्या था ना, उसका क्या मतलब हुआ?
अच्छा, रज के मतलब डट के.
अच्छा,
खूब सारा
है तो डट के. पंजाबी शान बखरी होती है.
ढेर सारा प्यार और ढेर सारा दुश्मनी.
हाँ, रज के प्यार से जम के. अगर आपको प्यार करते हैं वो तो फिर दिल खोल के, और नहीं पसंद करते तो आपको मुंह पे बता देंगे, लिफ्ट नहीं देते एकदम. तो हम लोग छोटे थे. I was 33 when I joined as the principal of this PG college. So I was very young at that time. And the love and care we got from the people of Batala, we will never forget till the end of our stay here on this.
Sir, you are still young, sir. We all are young because when we are into this profession, we are into the tiny tots of 3 to 18 age, and we never grow above 18. 18 के बाद हमारी ऐसी काउंटिंग नहीं होती. इसलिए हमेशा we were young and we'll always remain young, sir. You won't say that. Right, sir. Thank you, sir, and welcome, sir. Next, we have Ma'am Shri Amar Priya, ma'am. She is the principal of MVJ International School, Bangalore. Welcome, ma'am. She is an academician with 24 years of experience in the field of education sector. As a motivator and a mentor, She has a vast experience in teaching as well as administration of reputed schools in Bangalore. A quick thinker with a positive outlook who prioritizes the needs of the organization over personal goals. She believes that excellence is the prevailing positive attitude of a human being. Plan, design, and execute is her motto. Ma'am is a resource person of CBSC, conducted training both offline and online to the Center of Excellence. She has completed 450, now more than that, virtual trainings to CBSC principals and teachers in the pandemic across the nation and worldwide. In the past, she has trained teachers in project-based learning (PBL), which was pivoted in Malaysia. She has bagged so many awards. Of them, she has bagged an award for innovative practice in bag weight program, best practice in schooling, health management, and innovative teaching methodology. Has won her certificates of commitment. Ma'am has also received so many awards. It's a big list of awards she has acclaimed from national and international level, as well as ma'am is also associated with so many associations. Ma'am, I had been observing you and I had been knowing so many principals from Bangalore that you are doing a wonderful job. Please, instead of my telling, please let us know that what were the schools you have worked with and how was your experience, and of course, into the profession by chance or by choice.
Thank you so much. First of all, good evening to all my dear colleagues who have joined for this particular talk show. And also for inviting me, my special thanks to Chandhok Sirji. And it was wonderful listening to all my colleagues. And yeah, first of all, and one more thing is apology. I had to get delayed for about 5 minutes. I was parking when you called me, sir. So thank you for giving me that outlet as well. Teaching, as many of you have mentioned, it's my love. It's my love, and I have chosen because I hail from the family of teachers, principals, professors, and so on. If you have heard to the famous poet by name Puti Narsimachar, he is one of the very well-known poets. He is no longer there. He lived up to almost 99 years. And during Teachers' Day, there was not a single day where Karnataka government did not really, share his experiences or call to Kavi Sammelan. So I come from that particular family, basically. And teaching has been my love. In fact, in the year 1993, I met with an accident and I had not yet completed I think I just completed my degree. I just completed my degree and was in the process of applying for my post-graduation. I'm just cutting a long story short, but give me this time because you need to know how passionate is teaching. And I'm sure all my colleagues have also had some experiences like this or the other, and they have been here. That's why they are here for sharing the same. I met with an accident and obviously I was on my crutches and things like that. But teaching by blood, by birth, I don't know. You must have heard to some courses like brilliant courses. You know, it used to be target courses which used to be there during our time. Just give me a second. During our time. And that was the target course which used to begin from the year 9th grade and so on. So children were very fascinated or probably pressurized from home front to take up those courses by their parents. I hope we all remember as children, and it used to have it for all, be it for IAS, IPS, all administrative services and so on. So target courses during that time, I used to sit back with the children around in the neighborhood and take it up. So that was one thing. With my clutches, I used to call the neighborhood children and say, come on, let's learn stoichiometry together. Let's learn trigonometry and differential calculus together and so on. Believe you me, I had just completed my degree then. After which I had moved into Regional Education College, Mysore, stayed in Ganga Hostel to come graduation back to Bangalore. And just after my marriage, I think I couldn't even stop. When my kid was just 6 months, I landed up into French course, first level. I wanted to do French course because of one challenge that when I had to admit myself to post-graduation, I was so crazy about microbiology and biotechnology, which was just mushrooming during those times. But you know, one of the colleges had rejected my application, though I passed my my entrance, only because Sanskrit was my subject, second language, and they were only looking forward for French as one of the languages, second languages, and they were given preference. So that caught me, and that was a challenge. And I know Sir has done a couple of programs, and he said so that fascinated me to even tell this, So I finished my first level French. Then TULEC was one of the organizations where it gave me an opportunity to complete my VB, that is Visual Basic 5.0, then Oracle, and so on. Then CDAC, during that time in Bangalore, we had only 2 branches. Sir, you've asked me to be elaborate, so I'm elaborating it. Please cut me if I'm
Sure, ma'am.
taking
Sure,
away,
ma'am.
eating
Sure.
away somebody's time.
No issues,
Okay.
ma'am.
Thank you, sir. And during that time, it was only 2 centers in Bangalore for CDAC. Now CBSE is associated with CDAC, and we all know about it. But somewhere down the lane, I cleared all the exams, and my third preference was Chennai. First 2 preferences in Bangalore, but I didn't get through. Third preference was around 6 months old, and I couldn't leave my child back with my in-laws and more. That's how I gave it up. After having all this education background, somewhere down the lane said, I need to be committed and give the same back to the community, to the society. From then started my commitment, actual commitment, and I got into teaching line. And I have been fortunate enough to have worked with ICSE, fortunate enough to be associated with CBSE. Of course, looking forward, in case if I get a chance to introduce IB curriculum or probably take up, I would, otherwise my CIDTT would hold no good. So CIDTT basically is recognized in 120 countries, and I've had an opportunity to complete that course as well. This is my history.
That's
And I
great,
love
ma'am.
children, and passionate about teaching and innovating something or the other. In fact, assessment and benchmarks was one of the innovations. We carried it out in school, and it was launched and taken by Rosite School and Dunman School in Singapore. This is a
That's
brief
great.
history about me.
That's great,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
That's
Thank
great,
you
ma'am.
to
Amazing,
me.
ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome, ma'am. Next, we have Deepa Bhatt, ma'am. She's the principal of Noida Education Academy, Noida. Ma'am is the principal at NEA Senior Secondary School, Noida. And she's postgraduate diploma in translation, experience more than 20 years in education field, freelancer, writing for leading newspapers, and awards she has won on national and international level, as well as she's a CBSE resource person for the Center of Excellence CBSE. We welcome you, ma'am. Deepa, ma'am. Please, you are a wonderful person, and you're taking up so much courage as well as so much patience that during the duty you are joining this session. Please let us know about yourself in precise, ma'am.
Namaskar, everyone. Thank you so much, Chandhok sir, for inviting me here, and really fortunate to share this platform with all the eminent guests. So, as you are asking about the profession, whether it was a choice or it was a chance that I have been into this profession. So, to be very frank, I'm not in this profession by my choice. Actually, I'm in this profession by the destiny brought me here, and by the grace of God I am into this profession, and I'm really thankful to Lord Almighty to bring me into this profession, and to explore what I wanted to be. Earlier, as you see my qualification, that is really diversified qualification. I did my graduation in science, then I switched over to literature. I did masters in English, then I did journalism, translation, library science, and I did computer course also. But ultimately I did B.Ed and M.Ed, and I am today into this profession, totally contented, totally satisfied, and I love this profession. Actually, before this I was not finding any destination. I was not finding where to go, but God brought me here. Actually, God brought me here. I didn't have any idea that one day I will be sitting with you all people, you all eminent educationalists. But still, today I'm here, and really I'm very, very grateful to Lord Almighty for bringing me here. So this is all
Welcome.
my background.
Welcome, ma'am. And you did all the courses, because if any teacher runs away, you know all the subjects now.
I'm doing that.
Any subject running away, you don't worry. I'll take over.
Today,
So
this
this is,
diversified qualification is really
ma'am.
advantage for me.
That is why you are all rounder, ma'am. You can take any subject. It's not like us. I'm going into accountancy, so I won't be able to take any other subject. You can go in any class and you can teach any subject because मैंने सब कुछ किया हुआ है. Everything I've done. That's great, ma'am, and welcome, ma'am. Thank you. Next, we have a very great personality. That is Deepti Sharma, ma'am. She is the principal of Pragyan Public School, Greater Noida. Ma'am is very down to earth and a very kind lady. I know very well. She has done masters in mathematics and masters in computer application. She is MPhil, she is MEd and pursuing PhD. Great, ma'am. You're pursuing PhD with so many works. Having 25 years of experience in teaching, administration, and management of school activities. She's serving as a school's principal from 15 years. She's the founder and president of Sahodaya School Complex, NCR East. Jai Ho, ma'am. You have done everything. You are looking after everything. I mean, आपने तो Sahodaya भी खोल दिया. That's great, ma'am. And member of AIP, that is Association of Indian Principals, district-wide president of Sports Association, Gautam Buddha Nagar, working as an observer for various examinations. She's a resource person, master trainer with Center of Excellence, COE Noida, COE Dehradun, COE Gurugram, COE Allahabad, Prayagraj, COE Delhi West, and COE Delhi East. She has conducted more than 160 workshops on the various subjects as capacity building program for life skilling, life skills, gender sensitivity, and many more to read. Ma'am is also associated with so many associations on national and international level. I think she has, left the connectivity. She might be joining again. Ma'am is a very all-rounder. As soon as she comes back, we'll get back to her. Ma'am is an all-rounder. She Gautam Buddha Nagar has been settled by her, I suppose. Let her come back, then we'll get back to her. Next, we have Krishna Kant Pandey, sir. He's the co-founder of Easy Schooling. I met sir and the other co-founder, Mr. Mayank Jain, and one of the show which I also attending as a participant, as a speaker. So I came to know about a very wonderful initiative these people have taken, sir has taken, for the bridging up the gap between the students, the parents as well as the schools. So coming up to him, I'll just discuss about his profile. Sir is a professional with over 25 years plus of cross-functional experience, through which he has helped companies like PSN Education India and Reliance Retail to succeed and reach their potential. He was the second employee of PSN Education school team and headed East, North, and West India. He has exposure to manage large sales teams and territories, channel management, brand building, customer support, and relationship building over the years in edtech, publishing, and retail. He wants to make Easy Schooling the most trusted partners for parents, students, and schools. He believes that honesty is the key to success, be it professional or personal life. We welcome you, sir, Krishna, sir, and thank you so much for coming on the show on our request. Krishna, sir, first of all, please tell about yourself and then about Easy Schooling.
You everything told about myself, so nothing more to tell about myself. I'm not that educationist and business, but it's a fact that I started my career with the Pearson. I was the second employee to join, and when I left, so I was heading the big team. And EG schooling is a concept which come to us around 2 years back, and I really liked it. I never imagined that even the school has such a problem. But once from EG schooling, I started visiting the schools. Then I realized not only the parents, even the school has a lot of issues reaching out to the right parents. So basically, the EG schooling is a platform where we help the parents to choose the right school, not the good and bad. And in the same process, we help the schools to reach out to the admission-seeking parents. And this we do through various means. We have a lot of counseling sessions, lead management, and everything. And we are a 4-year-old company. And this March, we are funded by the Mumbai Angels and some other funded company. And we are in process of expanding in Pune and Bangalore. So Pune, we have already started doing the good number of business, and Bangalore, we are in process to onboard the multiple schools on our portal. Your voice is not coming.
Sir, how are you helping the schools and the parents? I mean, if I'm a school in a Bangalore or Pune or any other place in Delhi NCR, if I want to, if I want to be get recognized with you, So what are the benefits I'm going to get, and what is the utility of joining Easy Schooling, sir?
Right. So as I told you that nowadays, earlier what used to happen, parents, I mean, used to get their kids admitted into the school where the neighbors' students are going. But now things have changed. We hardly interact with our neighbors. So everything is online. So at Easy Schooling portal, you can browse the schools in the distance wise, subject wise, or the course wise, curriculum wise, board wise, and then you can see all the features which school have, which type of features. Based on that, you can apply to those schools through our portal,
So
right?
you mean to say, sir, that it's just like that Sharma ji ka beta wahan pe jata to wahin bhej do? It's not like that.
It's not
You
like
should
that.
check it out. You should check it out. What are your expectations, your salary, I mean, the fees pass structure, and what are the facilities you need.
Very
So
true.
according to that, you can go into I think you have website, in your
Yes.
website, and they can check out which school is suitable for them,
Yes.
and they can apply that. That
Which
means you are
school?
not, that means you are not recommending any school,
No,
but you
no.
are displaying the schools at one platform. That's it.
Yes, we are just onboarding the schools and giving facility to parents by sitting at home. They can compare the schools. They cannot compare. They can see the different features of the school and apply to multiple schools with a single form. That is the beauty of our platform. They need not to apply on the different school, but the school will get the application on their own performer. Whatever the application form you want, you will get the application in that form, but the parents need to apply only single form for the multiple schools. So that is the
Right,
beauty of
right,
our portal.
right, sir, right, sir. Thank you so much and welcome, sir. And thank you
Definitely,
so
sir.
much for coming. And we'll come up to again to you in the next part of the show to know more about your product, your Easy
Definitely,
Schooling. Thank you.
definitely.
We'll come up to the next round. I won't call it as a question round, but it is a a request to know your comments about the topic. We'll come up to Poonam Kumar, ma'am. Ma'am, we say that if we want to become from a developing to a developed country, we should go for schooling. So,
Yes.
what according to you is the importance of schooling?
So for that, I'll say, education or schooling is the biggest tool by which this change can be brought about. And often many of us are also confused about the two terms schooling and education, right? When I use the term schooling, it is the place where the foundation of knowledge is imparted to a child. It gives a chance to the child to acquire knowledge in a formulated way. If I talk about Maslow's needs, right, starting from physiological need to self actualization need, the third place, if I am talking, is being taken by social needs, right, where the feeling of love and belongingness is required. So, schooling is a place, or school is a place when schooling is carried out. Child feels like that he belongs to someone. The biggest role is obviously the family, where the feeling of belongingness is there. But unless you complete your school education, future opportunities also become really dim. So when we want to acquire knowledge in a formulated way, schooling is required. It is, in school that child develops his or her character and mindset, social mobility, social cohesion, social equality. And in the word of John Dewey, if we are talking about, schools are not just places where we learn facts and numbers, but they are the places where we learn how to live. So, schooling, when I say, it means we want to do everything by which the overall personality of a child is developed. And when I say education, education is more towards knowledge based, transference of knowledge. But when I say schooling, it means we are catering to emotional needs, social need, physiological needs, yes, also, plus the all the Maslow's need, from physiological need to self actualization, is brought. So the basic idea is that from the knowledge based society, we want to take society or the future generation to the create level. That is also as per the Bloom's taxonomy, where when we are writing the learning objective or the framing questions, the idea is that the difficulty level or the evolution level should increase from knowledge level to the creative level. So by social or schooling, I mean that only.
Amazing, ma'am. Amazing. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. We'll come up to Dr. Hipesh, sir. Sir, what are your views on the saying that schooling is important? Sir, you are on mute.
Schooling basically, there is another latent form of schooling which we often miss on. We are talking right now, this discussion is about the formal schooling in the society which needs to be addressed. But frankly speaking, the concept of schooling is something which starts from the time that we come into this world. And schooling to me basically is all about guided teaching and learning. It's a two-way process. The one who is imparting a certain teaching is also learning at the same time. And this process should continue. When we have it in the formal schooling form, the structured formal school or schooling system that the country has and works on, that also should work on a two-way process. This I find that sometimes or most of the times is missing. So one important point that schooling needs to be explained to parents also, based on what I have just now said. Most of the parents I come across, you ask them the question, why do you want to send your child to a school? They don't know the answer. They are clueless. So we have to guide them. We have to tell them it is not for the reasons which were mentioned earlier, that because everyone, sometimes parents get zapped when you ask them this question. Yes, aap sab bhejte hain, everyone sends. Ye kaisa, what kind of a question is this? Then we have to make them understand that it's a very focused, it is a very structured, organized setup, which is called a formal school. And what I have picked up and we are trying to impart through our school is very specifically habit formation we keep as a priority. And then we tell the parent that in our school, the foundation level, which is the pre-nursery, nursery, KG level, we focus on habit formation, which means that everything that the child does from the time the child leaves the bed and again goes back to bed, that needs to be addressed. And who is better than the teacher, because teacher is a mother as well. So the more the teacher and the mother stay in coordination, they are able to help the child, provide that support system, that succor, so that the child picks up the right habits. So to me, formal schooling first and foremost is about habit formation. Then at the primary level, what we do, by the time the child stays with us for 3 years and core focus remains habit formation, taking it or assuming that by the time 3 years end, we need to shift the focus, we shift it to LSRW. We help the child develop listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills. We believe that without this, presentation and communication skills will never be honed up, which is very important. So the role of formal education, organized education, structured education should give outcomes which are expected, which are required. And so that the reason of establishing schools, contrary to what schools exist for these days, which is unfortunately called a business, is to passionately transform lives. We need to reach out to these kids with an understanding that it is our responsibility. Parents have invested their kids' present and future in our hands with a belief that we have good habits. We are conversant with listening skills, reading skills, writing skills, speaking skills, which need to be shared with the child so that the child gets an opportunity to think, he gets an opportunity to reason, to analyze, and be independent. So schooling or formal schooling to me personally means to provide guided, structured, organized teaching and learning facility so that the child can pick up good
Amazing.
habits, and have these skills which are foundational for any child. So sixth onwards, we can get into habit formation, as we can get into academics. Like everyone is talking about the Finland system. They say that at a certain age only, after 7, the child is sent to a school. So what is the child doing till that age? They are basically leaving them in the hands of responsible people who would take care of habits. Proper good habits are inculcated, and then the child is prepared to get into a formal, organized, structured system to be gainfully employable.
Amazing, sir. And I second with your thoughts, sir, because there are many schools in foreign countries where for the basic 3-4 years they don't teach anything. They just go and play or read and write only. The WSR, though that thing is being done, no academics is done for the 3-4 years. And if you do it in India in private schools especially, they'll say तो कुछ कराते नहीं ऐसे पैसा ले लेते हैं. So that is a thing which has to be taken care, because this should also go up to the people, that it is not that we are going up with the bookish education. NEP also says for this that from rote learning to critical thinking we should move. So these steps also, sir, basically like educations like you and all will bring forward these things to the society, that it is not very important, because you might also be seeing that the parents coming of the nursery or the lower KG or upper KG, वो 7 वाले के बच्चे को तो है knows counting till 100, my child only knows till 50. So we have to make them understand, don't run after the numbers, run after the growth of the child. Let him live and grow. That is more important. Thank you so much, sir. Next, we'll come up to Vamshri Priya, ma'am. Ma'am, we say, I mean, when we grow up, we say that school life is the best life. This is the time when we had a lot of good time. So what, according to, why is this always said that school life is the best life?
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that lovely question. And I endorse every word as to what Dr. Hipesh, sir, has mentioned. I think schooling is something which starts from the womb of the mother. From the womb to the tomb, we say, womb of the mother. And we have heard from our mythological experiences as to what Lord Krishna was talking to his sister and how Abhimanyu heard to it, and then he intervened into Chakravyuha. To the latest one, which says that as long as the child is inside the womb of the mother, he or she, the child, so that we call it as fetus, remembers everything. So basically, it starts from there. But now my question right now, which you have placed, is something to do with why that kind of remembrance or why that kind of importance given to schooling. That is where, because as an individual, I think everybody needs attention. People are craving for attention. A child drops down his things a couple of times at home to get that attention of everybody at home. The child tries to run to his grandparents because he or she gives
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Next, we'll come up to Deepa, ma'am. Ma'am, you please also give your views on the saying that school life is the best life.
Yeah, definitely school life is the best life. As per my notion, if I talk about myself, I really enjoy schooling right now also, nowadays also, being principal also, because I'm reliving my childhood in school, the giggles, the cuddlings and all that I am really enjoying, and whatever we have missed during our childhood, that the teachers, the educationalists, they are lucky enough that they are reliving their childhood and enjoying each and every moment over there. Not only the students were missing the schools while it was pandemic, even we were also missing. So I feel that school life is the best life, and this is the time when the child is with the school for 15 years, all overall development is being done over here. All four pillars of learning given by UNESCO, like learning to know, learning to do, learning to live together, and learning to be, all are completed here in the school life only, when a child is into the threshold of going out of the school, overall development means 95% of the development has already been done. Now only grilling, now only refining is required, and we are preparing them, we are making them ready to face the challenges in the society, any of the society. So the last pillar of the UNESCO has already met over here. And if you see the higher education, you will never found all these type of demarcation and all that, like whichever is given in the school life. There only the focus is on the career. In higher education, the focus is given on the career only, which profession to be chosen, how to earn money, how to bring the livelihood to the life. But here in the school, the overall growth is done. And the most important thing is that the custody of the child that has been given by the parents to the school, that is the most important thing. And here the trust building starts. It is a trust of the parent that they are giving their loved one into the lap of the teachers. So that, custody we are taking from the parent. So it is really, the school life is the best life. And this the teachers and all educationalists, they are fortunate enough that they are enjoying this life. The other professional, they must be missing all these things, but really teaching gives a lot of enjoyment. So school life is the best life according to me.
Ma'am, one more question: that did you enjoyed your school life?
Yeah, obviously I enjoy. Everybody must have.
Ma'am, and
Alma mater is always missed. Sometimes we can forget about our college life or other higher education life, but school life is always missed. Alma mater is always missed, yeah, by everyone. That is my personal experience.
Right, ma'am. Right, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. I'll come up to Deepti ma'am now. Deepti ma'am has some connectivity problem. I think she has rejoined. She's having some kind of Wi-Fi. It's not working, I think, Deepti ma'am. Deepti ma'am, are you there? Now she's joining up with mobile again. Ma'am, one more question I'll to ask. Where ma'am has gone? Ma'am, Deepa ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am,
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm saying this, but had you been naughty in the school time?
Sir, I'm still naughty.
That,
I'm
because
still naughty.
because I know face reading, ma'am.
Okay.
It came into my mind. Out of all of us, you had been the naughtiest student in the school.
Yes, I am.
I'm sorry.
And
I'm sorry. I'm
No.
sorry. I'm saying this, ma'am.
See,
You have to be.
sports personals are always naughty.
Oh, that's great.
So
That's great, ma'am. Right, great, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so
Actually,
much. Yes, sir.
Chandhok Saab, the fact of the matter is that only a healthy person can be naughty.
Very true. Agree.
जब हम बीमार होते हैं ना तो वैसे ही ढीले ढाले रहते हैं, तो कहाँ से शैतानी सूझेगी?
नहीं.
And one point which I would like to learn from everyone else, like for me personally speaking, or maybe if I can be allowed to generalize this, I have two people to bail me out. For boys, school life is less important compared to college life. School life के तो बड़े बुरे ख्वाब और सपने हैं, उस समय लगता था स्कूल में पिस रहे हैं. But we really enjoyed college life. But maybe for girls it is different. Girls really, I see that they enjoy school life more, and there is a lot of restriction in college life. I'm just taking that liberty, but maybe the boys can bail me out, and
I think the boys
ladies can enlighten me.
Sir, I think boys who have gone to the co-ed, they remember and they like their school days.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We will also remember that again, sir. Let's come up to the next part. Deepti ma'am is over there. Welcome, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am,
sir.
we had been seeing your profile while you were not there, that I think you have established Gautam Buddha Nagar, ma'am. Hats off to you, ma'am. You're looking after so many things. You started up with the Sahodiyas over there. You are looking as a city coordinator also, and Sahodiyah, I mean, as a president also. Ma'am, please tell us about yourself and how do you get this energy?
Namaskar, everyone. Today, I just disconnected due to my Wi-Fi problem. So now I'm connected with my mobile. So sorry for that. Yes, sir. Your question was whether this profession I have chosen by choice or by chance. So again, as like Deepa ma'am, I truly accepted that initially it was not my choice. If you have seen my profile, so I have done MCA. So when anyone was doing MCA, so they are having different kind of dreams. So similarly, I was into the passionate to become the software engineer, and somehow I developed my skill in that area too much. But as I got married and I'm in my in-laws, everyone's into the teaching profession. And my husband was an MBA, so he was also having his dream to become a CEO and all those things. So later on, where we started with a computer center in this locality of Jewel. So I started that center and we got many number of students in that because it in this area that was very first computer center at that moment of time. It was in 2000 if I talk about the days. So it is the year 2000 when we started with that. So what the problem was that when we started to enroll the children for the BCA and MCA as well, so the students get used to get fail in subject maths and in the childhood of my husband as well, he faced a lot of problems related to the education. Then we understood that we should start with the ground level. So we came into the school and my passion, and when I entered into that education field from the computer center to the school, and then we are just continuing coming in with the students, engaged with the students. So I love that profession. I started loving that profession, and now, so it is our life, you can say, and at every moment we live our life into the school campus, and whatever we are doing for the children or for the society, and what I always we think that whatever we have received from the society, it is the time to return in this form. If we are just trying to educate some students, if we are just lighting the lamp of education in our area, so it is something like that. And if I recall the days that we have started this Pragyan Public School with 70 students, and now we are having near about 2,500 students. So this is my journey, and every day it is new for me because every day I'm learning with my kids. I'm just quite connected with all the classes students, and I used to take them so many counseling sessions with them, and I try to connect with each and every child of my school, so that if they are facing any kind of problems, immediately I can resolve it out. And learning is my passion, and you know that learning always remains continuous from till birth to death. So in the similar phenomena, every day we are learning something, we are doing something new. Thank you,
Amazing,
sir.
ma'am. Amazing. And ma'am, what I have come to from know to from your words that this is your own school.
Yes, sir.
And ma'am, you are never writing it as director or some, I mean, founder or anything. You're only writing principal, and that shows the volume of your, that speaks that how down to earth you are, ma'am. Amazing, ma'am. Amazing, amazing. You told in a words of when I have taught you. Otherwise, you wouldn't have told even here also. That's great, ma'am, and
So it
it
is all
shows.
Lord's. It is not us. It is all Lord's.
But still, ma'am, I'm starting up a new school and bringing up to the strength of 2,500 plus. That's a very great thing, ma'am. A lot of hard work has been done by you and Sir Sharma sir. That's great. All the best to you, ma'am. But your question, you're on the question now. I mean, sorry, that's a comment. Your views that because you have opened up a school, please guide us and tell us everyone that what factors makes a school successful.
Sir, first of all, the vision of the leader. Because if vision is not clear, so he cannot set up milestone to achieve that vision. So your vision should be very much clear cut. Suppose if my vision or school's vision is that to develop a global citizenship, global citizen, like if the students are quite expert in the 21st century scale, if we are having making them global leaders, so we need to inculcate such kind of qualities or such kind of skills among them so that they can really become the global leaders. So vision should be quite clear. And if I'm talking about vision, so the school principal and school management, these are the main two pillars because management is also always a support system. So alone the principal cannot do any good big things if management is not in the support. So here I am good lucky person because whatever I'm just suggesting or I'm just saying something positive about the school, so it is easy to implement those things. So strong and effective principal leadership is quite required. And when I talk about the teaching, three pillars of the education, like if I talk about, so parent, school, and the child. If the parent and school are playing their role in beautiful manner, in perfect manner, so definitely the child will grow. And then I'm coming to the teaching learning aspect. So if we are proper giving focus on the instruction and learning together, and teachers are properly following the teaching learning practices, so definitely the school will grow, and you can say the school effectiveness would be there. Beside that, if there is safe and positive school climate and culture, because every parent, like nowadays, the parents are having hardly one or two child. So safety and security is first most thing. So if the child is coming to the school and we are providing very safe and positive school climate and culture kind of environment, so they would be happy, and the school will grow definitely, and it is a key factor of school effectiveness, you can say. But beside that, that during this COVID as well, and if when we are running the school in the physical mode, so always there is a high expectation of students, parents, and staff. So if a school is fulfilling all those expectations of all the stakeholders, like what kind of expectation the society is having, what kind of expectation the parents is having, what about the student, and simultaneously about the staff member as well. If the school is fulfilling all the expectations, I think it is again a one key factor. And next is the result of the school, effective use of student achievement data sometimes. Like as if I'm talking about the Pragyan only, I'm giving one example that being we have established the school in 2003, and now we are in the 20th 19th year has been completed. So the students are showing their talents in different areas. Like if I'm just this year, if I'm talking about, so we have given two government NEET selection from the school. Even one of my child is getting 1861 national rank, and like so many students have been selected in JEE mains, 10 student near about. NTSC result we have given. So 2027th rank my child has got in the NTSC as well. So this year, and he is the only one child from the whole overall UP. And in the same month, my one of my alumni, Himani, she became IS this year. So these are all very proud moments for me. So what kind of this is the about the connection with the society and the school, and teaching practices. What are the CBSE suggesting us? If the CBSE is talking about competency based learning, so how to inculcate competency based learning and education in the school system? So what kind of teaching practices are required for that? That we need to give support to the staff members so that they can implement all those things. And productive parent involvement, that I highly appreciate my parent body as well, because so many parents of this area have a truly trust on Pragyan, and especially on the management of Pragyan. So they blindly have a faith on us, and we are also supporting during this COVID. So many parents would not be able to submit their fee, so they promised us that yes, surely we will submit, and we have given so many relaxation and to them. So this is a bond where they
Yes,
feel
ma'am.
that yes, this is our family, and Pragyan is having the extended form of family in the form of parents as well. So whenever the school needs any kind of help, parents are ready, and when the parents are having any kind of help, so we are all ready with that.
Amazing, ma'am.
Yes.
Amazing, ma'am. And it all depends on the teachers, the staff. I mean, of course, on the leader, how the teacher is. And if a teacher is good, the result will be the best, because every school is running for the result of the students. Like other day, Indu Sharma ma'am was talking, Krishnaji, if you remember, that her son was in grade 11th commerce he took, and she said that you should take maths at least if you're not taking sciences. He took maths, he was not very interested. 11th, he went on. 12th, when he had the first pre-board exam, he got 72. She was quite worried because 90 plus is nothing now in CBSE. So she got a teacher in the month of January, where he used to come twice a day, and afterwards he came twice a week, sorry. And afterwards he started coming one day in a week. So when the exam, maths final exam was over there, a day before, when he was leaving at somewhere around 11:30 or 12:30 after teaching at night, so she asked him that, how much marks he'll get. He said full, pure aayenge. So the child also said, yes, I'll get the full. He got the maximum marks, and there was, he got the maximum marks as compared, he was getting 72. So it is just like when you get a very good teacher, a child gets a very good teacher, then only the child, every child will be able to do it. There won't be three or four toppers in the class. All the students will be the toppers inside the class. The only thing is what we have to work, and this will be seen by all the teachers even, that it is not that you are a teacher, you are the parent, you are everything of the child. You have to shape the future of that child, and you should give maximum to the child. Thank you so much, Deepti ma'am. Thank you so much for coming also after having so much disturbance in the connectivity, even ma'am. Welcome. Next we have Krishna Pandey sir. Krishna Pandey sir, you had been listening to all the eminent guests. Please let us know that during this age of technology, how is easy schooling helping the parents as well as students? And what are you doing for the parents? You told me that you are doing counseling session with the parents because they have different type of questions, especially to the parents who have their first child sending to the school. Please let us know your experience for that, about that.
Right. So the Deepti ma'am was saying that the safety is the biggest concern for the parents, and that's true. While the counseling, we come across that most of the parents are worried about the child's safety. So that is the one issue I wanted to tell. Second thing, what I feel that after marriage, in the man's life or woman's life, the most critical decision is the child education, and that to admission, because you take the admission only once in life. Mostly, until unless you are in transferable job, you do a lot of research, homework to get the best school with your limited resources for your child. So this is the most crucial decision after marriage, in for any person life. And as a EG schooling, as I told you, we try to understand the parents' requirement on the various parameters. And whatever the requirements parents tell us, the same parameters we ask the schools to let us know what is your ranking, what are the facilities, what are the factors you are differentiated than any other schools. And we list all these on our portal so that parents can, make a mind which school they should apply. I'm not saying the admission, but at the first instance, they should understand that this school is fulfilling at least 80 to 90% of my vision, my requirement. And then we, as a EG schooling platform, give them a platform to compare the schools and apply to our portal. So that is our basic things. And in the same process, we also help the schools to reach out to the admission seeking parents. So that is our job as a EG schooling. We help the schools and parents for the common goal to the best education for each child.
So what you want to say that because in the big cities where the parents have to move for the admission and applying to 4 to 5 schools, they take 10 to 15 days, and that too they go up to the reception and they are not able to see the school properly.
Yes.
And you told me earlier also that you are displaying small webs in your website. You are displaying small websites of the schools also where they can go into, like we have that type of things like Amazon and Flipkart and all we have, that you can go and compare the things, take your time at home, and you can decide.
Yeah, that
So,
we create the profile of each school, giving all the information which is required by parents for taking the decision. Not exactly end decision, but to make up the mind and apply in the schools.
and they can apply 4 to 5 schools on the same portal.
Yeah, through single form.
Good, that's great.
It's a master form. School will get their own individual form, but for the parents, it will be the single form to apply.
Okay.
That is the beauty of our platform.
That's great, sir. Thank you so much, sir. We'll come up to the next round, and I'll request all the guests to give a very short answer, 1 minute answer, not more than that. We'll come up to Poonam ma'am first.
Yes.
Poonam ma'am, what is the role of schooling in socialization? It is like people are sending, parents send, like somebody was saying that, sir was saying that school ko bhej rahe sab bhejte isliye hum bhejenge. So it's not like that. The child also comes for certain other things also. So what is the role of schooling in socialization?
Personally, I feel, child majorly comes for socialization. Nowadays, the trend has changed. It's not only the education for which the child is coming. The kids are majorly coming for socialization. And if I talk about influencing agents, which affect socialization, they are majorly family, school, peers, and mass media. So school is basically an agent of socialization through its hidden curriculum. Major curriculum is which talks about academics, but hidden curriculum, which is unintended result of education. So here the children are taught the norms and values of a society along with the expectation of the individual society. School basically helps the children learning how to become a part of culture, right? So it's a it's a notion that the child is coming for education, but how seamlessly we make him part of the culture. It also helps in molding a diverse population into a society with the national identity. Nationalism also child learns here, and we are preparing generation with the how to how to become the good citizen of a country. And all these things are through socialization only. And if I talk about 21st century skills, which talk about critical thinking, collaboration, good communication skills, creativity, for achieving those things there has to be various activities, and when children will collaborate they will socialize, they will exchange ideas. So basically school life is a preparatory stage for entering public life. The long 8 hours which a child spends in the school is basically an investment to accept the role and society status that the society will conform upon the child. So here in the school, the child develops hobbies, refine them, learn basic etiquettes, get skilled at multitasking, develop social skills. There are the many more things that that a school equips the child with. And for achieving all these things the child need to socialize. So school plays a major role in helping the children socialize, to know their own personality, to fit with the peer group, as well as ultimately to the society, to the country. Thank you.
Amazing, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank
Poonam
you.
ma'am, I just want to add here. I
Sure.
just want
Please
to
add.
share one experience, my experience of mine. As my school is located in between a market area, and every day we used to see a lot of garbage scattered here and there on the market. So we started a drive, Swachh Noida drive. So I must admit that my student, 10 to 15 student, the youth came out, they swiped off the roads and cleaned all the mess from there. So means I want to say whatever awareness the youth can create, nobody else can do. So here also they are doing socialization. So they taught a lesson to all those shopkeepers, and from next day they all started cleaning the area around, and now the market area is quite clean.
Good.
Good.
Great
That's great, ma'am.
initiative.
Good, great
Great
initiative. Thank you so much, Deepa ma'am, and thank you so much, ma'am. Poonam ma'am. We'll come up to Hipesh sir. Hipesh sir, your views on the saying that a child learns socialization in schooling, while schooling. Sir, you are on mute, sir. Sir, you are on mute.
Sorry. I just want to reiterate all that Poonam ma'am has said, and Deepa ma'am has also shared a very important point. I'm 3 points are crossing my mind. Uh, Obviously, socialization is all about internalizing the social norms and the ideologies of the society. That's for sure. Um, One aspect which I personally feel is very strong and important, which needs to be imparted, which we get as we grow in this process of socialization, is the learning about failure that the child picks up. समाज को समाज में रहने के लिए, जीने के लिए और afloat रहने के लिए ना, just to keep afloat, the child has to learn to handle failure. This is something which is a byproduct of the holistic impact which a school can or should give. So that is one point regarding this socialization, which is latent but very important to my understanding. समाज में जीने के लिए आपको सारे norms पता हो सकते हैं, but if you don't know how to handle failure, you will miss the mark. Related to this, what Deepa ma'am has said, I always talk about 4 C's. I'm reminded of 4 C's, and I call the first C classroom, corridor, third is the campus, and the fourth is community. So yeah, it is a journey from the classroom to the corridor, to the campus, and to the community and backwards. So ये चार चीजें बहुत important है, and they cover up the whole process. And the last point, which I personally feel is very important, which can help us, is again also based on 3 E's and 3 H. I talk about the enlightenment of the head, the enrichment of the heart, and equipping the hands. ना सर्वांगीण विकास के लिए ये तीनों चीजें, this completes the whole process of education. ना? Your head is involved, your heart is involved, and your hands are involved. इनको तीनों को जोड़ दें तो सर्वांगीण विकास होता है. तो ये internalizing the ideologies and the beliefs and the social values and the norms of the society, we have to involve the head, heart, and the hands. So if we are able to enrich, enlighten, and equip these three, I think the job is done.
Amazing, sir. Your 4 C's are very important, sir. We have learned that. I will not forget that for sure. Thank you so much, sir. We'll come up to Shri Priya ma'am. Shri Priya ma'am. I think she'll be coming. So by that time, we'll come up to Deepa ma'am. Deepa ma'am. Shri ma'am is there. Ma'am, please we say that technology has come into being. Our times was very good. There were no laptops, there were no mobiles, there were no gadgets. There was so peace of mind. There was so good learning. Okay, this good learning is going on. But there are so many views. Now people say that it has become very, learning has become very easy. If the child is not able to understand during the classes, in the evening time, he can go up to the classes, the recorded classes. He can see that and he can learn that and come back the next day equal to the level to the class. So there's a mixed saying of the people that the interference of technology in education is right or wrong. What are your views now? Is it right or wrong? Precise answer, ma'am.
So I would like to start off with Ati Sarvatra Varjit. Even medicine having without limitation is poison, basically. So everything has its own limitation. We did not have crush of the child for about 6 years. Then after 6 years, the child would be sent. And the first departing from the mother would have been very difficult. We digested it. We started leaving the babies maybe abroad when they are 6 months old. And back in India, I remember by the time my second one started growing up, by his 11th month, I started the crush in my own school. Rather, that was my negotiation with my principal when I joined as a teacher. Things have changed. Of course, there's nothing like bonding, human bonding. As sir was mentioning about the 3 domains, and or other cognitive, affective, and psychomotor domains. So everything is important. For me, basically, it's a covenant management, which is most important. The relationship is the most important, be it the student-to-student connect or student-to-parent connect, student-to-parent connect, and everything. Basically, it's about bonding. And having heard much to everybody, now, digital divide is the most important thing. We've all become digital fatigue. Right now, you can see how many times I was thrown out of a meeting and again embraced into the meeting. So I'm out and in. It reminded me of my own retro games. We used to play that checks boxes where we used to hop and out, hop and out. I'm in and out and so on. So suddenly that flashed to me to bring it back into the meeting as well. Gaming. Gamification. We all give different coded terms, coding, gaming. Then actually speaking, we are doing given to it. Spatial intelligence, if I had to remember 10 to the power of 6 or 10 to the power of -6, we were taught by our teachers how to remember them. The different mnemonics was actually driving force for us. So that was actually, I would call it as in a different way they were trying to take us through the spatial intelligence. Now we have ready-made answers at our fingertips tips, but we've given a disclaimer. So there's an underlining thing that we are all quoting, but proofread. Am I right? Proofread, and everybody used to find out that, I mean, couple of times be vetted by many professors, readers, or probably those people who are subject experts. So they would have done it, and only then the books would have. Everything has its own limitation. So I feel just like the way we consume medicine when required, we need to teach children not to be a handicap of any kind. We need to utilize things
So, ma'am,
the way it becomes easier or probably accelerates our learning. A democracy given in a class or a
Vamshri ma'am, your voice is cracking. I'll sum up what you want to say, which everybody will understand, that no, nothing can replace the teacher, or it should not be replaced. Nothing can replace the teacher. These can only be the tools. The technology can only be a tool to help the teacher and the students to get a better education. This is, I think, in precisely what you want to say, ma'am.
perfect. Technology
Thank,
only acts as facilitators.
it should be a
Correct.
tool. It cannot replace the teachers, for sure,
Correct.
for sure.
Perfect.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. Deepa, ma'am, a very precise, short answer from you also.
Thank you.
That do you believe that interference of technology is good or not?
See, if it is not a matter how much technology you are using, how effectively the technology is being used. It always matters. So
Yeah.
if uh, the mishandling of technology is not there, it's a boon at that time. But when the boon will became bane, that all depends how do you handle the technology. So every tool, every methodology, every technology come with some advantages as well as with some disadvantages. Here, I just want to share one example of even my online classes. Once a teacher called me and said that whenever I used to share my screen, somebody starts scribbling on the screen. And I'm not able to teach, I'm not able to show the text on the screen, then what to do? So here they see that the teacher here needs some upgradation to the technology. She was not aware that there is an option to enable the annotation. So that's what I just want to say in few words, that technology should be handled wisely. If it is handled wisely, it's a boon, it's a aid. If it will be mishandled at that time, definitely it will interfere in our teaching and all that.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect answer, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. We'll come up to Deepti Sharma, ma'am. Ma'am, as we have seen, schools after reopening, they have come up with a lot of challenges, particularly when it comes to mixed blend of teaching, the hybrid teaching. So, what are your views on this, ma'am?
Sir, as we know that from the past 20 months, we all are facing COVID scenario. We are into the pandemic. So this COVID situation, this pandemic situation has made us clear that without technology, we are handicapped. We need to take help of technology at every moment. And this COVID has given this scenario of to give us a quite strengthened boost in that we should adopt the blended learning. Blended mode of learning cannot be stopped now. So if we are appointing any new teacher even just now and anytime, so we are just asking that whether you are tech savvy or technologically enabled person or not. So this is everyone's first priority right now. Even there is no age bar for learning technology. It is not like that the younger generation can learn only and the older one cannot learn. So there are in my own institution, there are many senior teachers, those who are perfectly utilizing technology, and even some newcomer, they are facing problem in that. But if I'm talking about blended mode of learning, so yes, after if sometimes we are learnings are stopped in the physical mode due to the COVID. Sometimes we are coming to the physical mode again and again. We are coming in different scenario. So for a good school, it is highly required to use blended mode. So what we are doing, like if the teachers are even studying, teaching the students in the class, so we are sending their assignment on the LMS. we are utilizing that in proper way when the students are preparing for the board examination, and sometimes they don't want to come to the school, they want their studies at home. So we are regularly sending them sample papers so that they can properly like with the time bound, they just apply those sample papers. For preparing the competitive students, we are every day in the night we are sending them test series. So we are properly utilizing that blended mode of technology. And if I talk about NEP 2020, so NEP 2020 is quite giving focus on technology, and even the way of teaching methodology we need to change. When we are talking about the changes way of teaching methodology, what kind of like generally teacher used to adopt the chalk and talk way. So somehow we need to take make the proper change in the teaching methodology. Instead of chalk and talk way, we need to shift our methodology. So like flip classroom we can utilize. In the flip classroom, like the teacher whatever they need to start with the new topic, they are sharing the previously the material at the WhatsApp group or maybe to the LMS. They are sending some YouTube links, some video pics and those kind of materials. The teachers are sending priority, and then we are dividing the student into the groups, and then we are asking them to come with the presentation. So the role of teacher is just like a facilitator. Here again technology comes in handy, because we can utilize we can give them tasks to the student for peer review as well. We can ask them to make the rubrics on in a like a sheet form. So like again blended mode is quite we are blessed that we are just what kind of training we are not expecting that our teacher would change in coming again 10 years more. So now the teacher has changed in our days or weeks immediately, and they are self-sufficient now with the technology.
Absolutely
So it is
right, ma'am.
I would say the positive part of COVID.
Absolutely
This
right,
is
ma'am. And this was the only positive sign of the COVID, that this technology came 10 years before.
yeah.
Otherwise, this would have come 10 years after, because nobody was knowing Zoom before the
Yeah.
pandemic.
Obviously.
Only Skype. Sometimes some people were knowing about Skype and Zoom. So now it is so famous that even a small school in village, they are using it right now.
And the
But that's
only
the,
technology was the biggest aid during that period. If
yeah.
technology would have not been there, so think of your connectivity and all that. We would
And
never be able to
yes, ma'am.
connect with the students. So this technology only connected us with the students and schools.
Yes.
So again, the same thing, ma'am, we can say that teachers cannot be replaced, but these technology can be a tool only, which will upgrade the teacher as well as the student. But now the teacher cannot be slow like it was in our times. The teachers say that we respect our teachers till now, that these students don't respect. Now you don't get respect, you have to earn your respect. If you want to earn your respect, give it to your child. If you are giving to your child, you will always get respect in this time also, in 2020 also, 2022 also. Because I had got so many experiences like this. I went to the first principal 25 years back. Thank you so much, sir, for keeping me. He said, don't say thank you to me. Say thank you to these kids who keep you inside the school and also show you the way out. So it is. So there are so many examples where you can say, my child, when was he was in grade 4, he was a topper, and during the final examination, his mother told him that don't go to school tomorrow, you can do revision at home. He said, I'll see my timetable, then only I'll decide I'm going or not. When it came to maths, he said, Papa, maths you won't be able to take like my teacher takes, because the stepwise. So I was very happy. He failed me and he passed the teacher. And when it came to Hindi, he said, oh, leave it, Papa, we play with her. I was astonished. We play with her, हम उनसे खेलते हैं. So it came clicked into my mind that if a teacher is shouting inside the class but not giving to the child, even a child in grade 4 will be able to understand. That is the same thing which happened. These are the students who are going to keep you inside the class, inside the school, and those who are going to show you the way out. So the teachers cannot fool now. The teachers cannot take up the traditional things. They have to prove that they know and they are giving it. Otherwise, they will not be able to survive in the industry for sure. Thank you so much, Deepti ma'am. Krishna sir, we will come up the end to you at end to you with this part of the session. Sir, please let us know what you have been taking the counseling session of the parents, talking to the parents. What type of expectations they have with the schools? Because we will also like to understand, okay, what are the expectations of the schools? What we should also do for the betterment of the children. Anything which is very good also and very adverse also, which you have to counsel them even. Sir, you are on mute.
most of the parents who are sending their kids to all the elite or good schools in CBC schools, they are pretty settled down. There was an age when they used to send the kids, you need to study, you need to pass IIT and all. But now they want the overall growth. So parents can easily define the school in two things. One is the academic schools, one is the progressive schools where the overall personality development is taking place. Because parents are traveling a lot, they are moving abroad, they understand the importance of co-curricular activities and other 21st century skills. So now they're not looking only for the academics. Academics is hardly 20 to 30% they are looking. They are looking the overall development of their child, as most of the parents have hardly one two children and they have a money to spend on them. There's only priority in their life. In India still the kids are love like life, and they want to spend everything on the kids, so they want to give them best. And in that process they find out the school which are the, I mean, in their budget, but they give the maximum to their children, not in terms of the only academics. Everything should be there, good teachers, good ambience, and good values also. There's a new concept upcoming. All of sudden parents started realizing the importance of value in life, you know. So I have seen the parents, and in the same process we see in even the society, a lot of people started again going to the religious things because the values were missing. So they like the schools where not only the academics but overall development and the values are given. And values are not a thing only can be taught. If the school culture is not like that, I mean the values are start from the gate man to the principal or chairman. I mean even everybody should behave like that because it's visible everywhere. How you are treating the parents, how you're treating your colleagues, how you are treating your staff, teachers. So and they observe everything. I think parents and uh, and through social media now you can't hide the things for longer period.
Of course.
Gone are the days. I mean no matter how big you are, if parents are not happy, they after taking their child out they can say anything about you. So they are smart enough, they take the decision very wisely, they compare the schools, they understand each, and they monitor very small and very minor things while deciding the.
They are they are able to compare all the things minutely because the
There are
concept like easy
platforms like
schooling.
this. Yes,
Yeah, platforms like easy schooling have come into being where they can sit at home and they can look after all the things like we do for our purchasing also. I talked about Flipkart, Amazon, and all. The children, what they do is they compare everything. This is this, this is this. It has so much battery. It has so much. The mobile has so much. The weight and the this and the camera and this. They are able to compare.
and
So
so
this is very interesting. It
not
has make
only
it easy, sir. It has made very easy, comfortable for the parents to take a very wise decision, a very good decision, not depending upon the not depending upon where the neighbor children are going. It may be a very legacy school, very old school, may not be according to the expectations right now, and maybe also. So
yeah.
that has to be decided by the parent wisely without getting influence from anyone, and they can decide on the portal like Easy Schooling that this is the place you can go. So when you are showcasing, and also you told me, sir, that there are many schools who are not needing any admission, but still they are connected with you, gems
Yes.
and all. Many schools you told us.
Many schools in
They
Ghaziabad
don't need.
because they want the better parents also. There are
Yeah,
schools they said
the
ki,
standard,
yeah,
not the quality. Quality
yeah,
they want. They don't
yes.
want quantity.
I should not name the school. Suppose Nehru Ward School. They said, I don't want the admission, but I want to facilitate my parents. I am getting the child from Sector 62 Noida. I'm in Ghaziabad, but I want the best parents who understand my vision.
Right.
See, paying is one
That,
thing, but the parents should be aligned with the vision of the schools.
of
Then
course.
only they will contribute positively in the school growth. And it's what you're producing that will be your alumni, and that in the longer run, that is the brand you are creating for your
Then,
school.
of course. Amazing, sir. You're doing a wonderful job. Your team, Easy Schooling, is doing a wonderful job, and
Thank you,
you're
sir.
bridging up the gap between the parents and the schools. And this is a very important thing during this pandemic. Also, you helped us all a very lot. And I welcome you all. I welcome you, Krishna sir. Please, when are you coming to UP to come to Kanpur to my school, the first one to associate with you.
Definitely,
Thank you
sir,
so much.
definitely.
Only last 5 minutes I'll take, and a very surprise round for everyone that whoever so comes in the S.S. Chandhok talk show is a very eminent guest, a very, good administrator and has to sing 2 lines while leaving. So everybody has to sing 2 lines. It may be regional, it may be, it can be devotional, it can be, the prayer or anything good. So see, as we said that we are in the age group between 3 to 18, and at the very same time, when you're pushing up your teacher during the Children's Day or Teachers' Day, that you have to perform this, this has to happen over here also. I'm so sorry I didn't told you earlier because nobody would have joined if I'd have told the third part of the episode. Poonam ma'am will start because she is the first one in the poster.
Yes, sir. It's okay.
Sir, she always rocks our Sahodaya as well.
Oh my God, a hidden talent. And ma'am, Poonam ma'am, before you sing, so many principals are coming and they're singing that I will request the Indian Idol team that there should be a contest, I mean the program Indian Idol 14, 15, 16, whatever it is, and it should only be for the administrators, the principals and the management only. कोई और नहीं
Teachers,
इसमें नहीं आएगा.
principal and teacher,
Right. It is
Principals,
required.
and teacher.
principals and management it will
See, sir,
be.
principal's life is never a private life.
Yes.
It's always a public life. We are
Very
Ma'am,
people's persons.
ma'am, I
Right.
was saying in the starting, na, we are genies. We are
Yeah,
the
we are
genies.
genius. We are genius.
Genies. We are genies.
Yeah.
We have to, all the time smiling faces. We have to. We are. So, ma'am, Poonam ma'am, over
Yes, sir.
to you, ma'am. You are the.
I heard this song just 3, 4 days before, and this song really touched me. And at times you forget that okay, these things are part of your life. एक दिन बिक जाएगा माटी के मोल जग में रह जाएंगे प्यारे तेरे बोल तुझे के होठों पे देके अपने गीत कोई निशानी छोड़ फिर दुनिया से गोल एक दिन बिक जाएगा माटी के मोल जग में रह जाएंगे प्यारे तेरे बोल थैंक यू
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Vanshri Priya, ma'am, you cannot escape from here, ma'am. You have to come back. By that time, Deepa, ma'am, will sing a song for us because she has to leave and she has to go to her place also. Ma'am, please.
Okay.
चलते चलते मेरे ये गीत याद रखना कभी अलविदा ना कहना कभी अलविदा ना कहना रोते हंसते यूं ही गुनगुनाते रहना कभी अलविदा ना कहना because I need to leave now, that is why I'm singing this one. Kabhi alvida.
Okay, ma'am. Only 2 minutes left. Here the others also sing, ma'am.
Yeah, I listen to it.
इतनी देर रुके हैं तो 2 मिनट और सही, ma'am. Vanshri Priya, ma'am, I think you went to take up your song from there and you have come back. So, ma'am, it's your turn now.
My battery was going down, so I charged my laptop. I just put it up.
So, ma'am, before it goes off, please sing 2 lines for us. After that, Hipaser, then Deepti ma'am will the closing. I mean, she'll close up the curtain because she's the boss of at least of Gautam Buddha Nagar and Greater Noida. Ma'am, please, Vanshri ma'am.
किरण कर ले मेरे मन तेरे बीत जाती उम्र हरि नाम बिना कूपनीर बिना धेनु क्षीर बिना मंदिर दीप बिना जैसे पंडित वेद विहीना वैसे प्राणी हरि नाम बिना हरि नाम बिना सुमिरन कर ले
Amazing. Such a beautiful voice you have, ma'am. Why don't you try Indian Idol right now only?
Classical.
That's great, ma'am. Hipesh sir.
You are on mute, sir.
Sir, sir, you are on mute, sir.
कितना महान परमेश्वर, कितना महान परमेश्वर, कितना महान परमेश्वर, जिसकी सेवा करते हम। आओ तालियां बजाएं हम, आओ तालियां बजाएं हम, आओ तालियां बजाएं हम, प्रभु की स्तुति करें हम।
Amazing, sir. Amazing. Amazing. Deepti ma'am.
इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना, हम चले नेक रास्ते पे हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना, इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। धन्यवाद, थैंक यू।
Amazing, ma'am. Amazing. Ma'am, Deepti ma'am, frankly, after how many years you have sung?
My son.
After how many years you have sung? आपने गाना कितने साल के बाद गाया?
नहीं, गुनगुनाते तो पर डे ही रहते हैं, भजन मॉर्निंग में होता है।
शर्मा सर के साथ तो आप गाती है, लेकिन आप ये बताइए कि आपने गुनगुनाया, you have never have sung in front of the public, I think so.
हाँ, बहुत समय के बाद, बहुत समय के बाद।
But you have a wonderful voice, ma'am. You have a wonderful voice. And Ramshri ma'am, you should go somewhere, ma'am. Why are you over here, ma'am? Although all the singers are very good, Deepa ma'am.
Why are you here?
Poonam ma'am also. Thank you so much. Had a very.
Sir, इसलिए हम यहाँ पे हैं.
My pleasure. My pleasure, ma'am. Thank you so much, everyone coming over there. Hipesh sir, Poonam ma'am, Deepti ma'am, Deepa ma'am, Krishna sir, Ramshri ma'am. Had a wonderful evening with you, and I hope we'll meet in some other session. And you won't refuse, because now have revealed the third part also. So I think you will get ready with you will stay in a positive attitude, because we are genies. You stayed up with a positive attitude, and when you are joining again, then you should be ready with your songs. Thank you so much, and I hope you had a wonderful time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you all. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.